confirm whether I'm audible or not.
Yes, ma'am. You are audible.
Is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay, like we'll wait for 2 more minutes and we'll start the session.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Whether screen is visible? Can anyone confirm like whether the screen is visible or not?
Yes, ma'am. This is visible.
Yeah, yeah. This session will happen in that peer deck. Go to joinpd.com and enter that code. I request everyone to do that. Okay, shall I start the session or should I wait for a few more minutes? Like only few participants were there, no?
I think only five, na? Total seven.
Yes. Like participants are
Actually,
seven.
ma'am, this is Gokul here.
Yes, yes,
The
Gokul.
The lectures were released just today, like today 11:30 or something. That could be the reason, I guess.
This CT lectures or
Oh,
which
sorry.
lectures?
Isn't this Python? I thought Python only.
No,
Sorry.
this
Okay.
is this.
Sorry, it was my mistake. Sorry.
Okay. Yes, yes, your like your voice is very uh, low. Can you speak bit louder, please?
There's a voice sound that's coming, echo like that.
My voice, huh?
That's some headphone problem.
Now is it okay?
Yeah, now it's okay.
Thank you. Okay, well, we'll start the session. Like, can anyone explain like what is nested iteration? Anyone of you? It's okay. You can tell like whatever you know. You tell like regarding what is nested iteration and yeah, someone. Yes, Kunwar. Do you
Yeah,
want to take initiative? Yes, yes, Kunwar. Tell.
nested iteration is iteration inside the iteration. Means if we check if first condition is true, then we will check second condition. If first condition is not true, then we will not check second condition.
Yeah, that is nested if. That doesn't come as iteration, right? Iteration means going through all the cards and doing some process, like either we are adding something to the cards or something we are counting something while doing, we're performing some process and we are performing the same process to all the cards. Okay, that is iteration.
Yes,
Like while pile 1 has more cards, we are checking and doing that we are doing all the process which are inside that while condition, right?
yes,
So
yes.
that is iteration, no? So nested iteration is like while within a while.
Okay,
Is it
means
clear?
two while loop.
Yeah, two while loops, while within a while. Yeah, not two while loops, one while before and after, not like nested if there is nested iteration here. While in a while is called nested iteration. Generally the nested iterations are used to find the pair, for like pair of students or for some comparisons. Like if you want to compare every card with every other card, then we use nested iteration. Okay.
Okay, like same date of birth problem.
Yeah, like to check the students who have the similar date of birth, then how we will do, like we have scores data set and
Yes,
we want to find the students who have same date of birth. So we will take first card and we'll compare with all other cards. If both of the date of birth are same, then we will say we'll count equal to count plus 1 we'll do.
yes,
And similarly, if
yes,
no card, and we will proceed to other card and we will compare every card with every other card in the other pile, right?
yes, yes,
Yeah, that is how we do.
yes, yes.
Next, is it clear for everyone? Yeah, this also please speak on, like only 6 participants are there, no? Like if the session is for you only, please try to speak and try to interact more. Yep, don't be silent, okay, please. It's okay, whatever you
Yes,
tell,
yes.
it's okay. Like this is for you only, for your understanding only, we are taking this extra session apart from this lectures. So you should speak and you should be more interactive. Okay. Yeah, it's okay, no one is going to tell you
Okay.
anything. Yeah. Is it clear for everyone?
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's clear. Yeah, I just joined.
Yeah, you are Aviral, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. You joined that peer deck.
Yeah, I joined that website.
Okay. 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 Uh, yes. And what contents are covered in week 4? Like any one of you can volunteer and tell like what contents, what major contents are there in the week 4? What major concepts are discussed?
I think they talked about binning.
Yes.
Uh, I don't know how to explain it. Like,
What is penning, right? You are
yeah,
unable to
binning
explain.
is like, binning is like dividing the all the data into subgroups. So it can be like easily, uh, so we can easily compare them basically.
Yeah,
So
you
it
are
will
correct.
avoid, yeah.
Yeah, you are correct. Like binning, in binning, no, we are taking a card. It's like if we have pile one where it has all the cards. Now we are making the cards into separate bins, like pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Let's say we want to find the students of the same date of birth. Same date of birth means we are comparing only the date, like which day and which month. So like we are taking that pile of cards and we are subdividing them into like the the students of January, we are making a separate pile, and students from February, so on. We are doing till the December, and we are comparing the students only within that bins. So that is so that we will reduce the number of like comparisons. What happens in our nested iteration is like each card will be compared with every other card, right? So if we have x cards, then you tell like how many comparisons will happen, how many times the loop runs. If we have n cards, then how many comparisons we will perform to find the students of same date of birth, like without binning.
And into n minus 1 by 2, ma'am.
Why n minus 1 by 2? Can you tell?
Yes, ma'am. Suppose there is n cards,
Mm.
and if we suppose choose first card and then we compare, then
Yes.
total number of comparison is n minus 1,
Yes.
right? And there is n cards, total number of cards is n. So total number of cards, total comparison will be n into n minus 1. But in this process, we are also considering like one card compared with two, and means first card compared with second, and second card compared with first one also. So we are reducing, means subtracting by half.
See, let's take a scenario like we are in the first card. So first card should be compared with how many cards we should compare? First card with like n
N
minus
minus
1
one.
cards,
Right.
and the second card should be compared with n minus 2 cards. Similarly, third card should be compared with n minus 3 cards. So on. If we go for nth card, we no need to do any comparison. If we go to
Yes.
n minus 1 card, we need to do one comparison. So our formula will be like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on to n minus 1. We know that sum of the like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on to n terms is n into n minus n into n plus 1 by 2, right? But now we have only like 1, 2, 3, so on to n minus 1. So our formula will be n minus 1 into n minus 1 plus 1 divided by 2, that is n into n minus 1 by 2.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, is it clear, or you have some other approach for this? How will you calculate, like how many comparisons we do here? Any others want to volunteer and explain in their own way, like how will you do, like number of comparisons to be done?
This is a good approach, ma'am. That's fine.
Okay, okay, okay. We'll start.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
everyone.
The beginning is a good approach. I mean, like to divide it all the data groups.
Yes, yeah. Okay, we'll start this periodic session. Mm. Okay, first question. Are you able to see that, everyone?
Yes.
In jointpd.com, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Uh, yes, yes.
Everyone, please try to understand the question and try to submit the answer. I will give some more time. Please, I got two responses, but waiting for others also to give the answer. Should I wait for some more time? Like eight participants were there, but I got only five responses. Late, like okay, like whatever answers I got, most of you have gave CS option, and we'll see. Like we'll take opinion for from everyone, like why you have opted for C. Yeah, first who want to take the initiative to tell like why you have chosen C?
Yeah, may I, ma'am?
Yes, yes, Kunwar.
Uh, uh, in pseudocode, count is initialized to 0, and while table 1 has no role, read the first row at in table 1 and move us to table 2.
Okay,
Now, while loop is start, means while table 1 has no rows, read the first row y in table 1
Mm,
count is equal to count plus do something
mm,
x and y. And here is the procedure: do something x y a b is if a gender is equal to b gender, and the condition is there: a city
mm,
town is equal to b city town. Means and return one, please return zero. So
yeah.
procedure: do something AB will return one only if gender A and B is same and city also will be same. To be same
Yeah.
because end condition is there. So it will count number of pairs of students with the same gender and same city or town.
Yes. Okay, you are correct. The thing is like, yeah, now what the procedure do something is taking as parameters.
Gender and town.
I'm asking like what parameters is the procedure do something taking, like it takes the two
It's taking the
parameters, no?
cards. It's
Yeah,
taking
it
the
taking
first card
the
and the second card.
second. Yeah. Now we have 30 cards, right? Now our
Yeah.
first card is comparing with
Yeah. Yes.
first, like is a our first card is comparing with all the other cards, or along with the first card also it's comparing, like in that while loop.
No, it's not it's not comparing itself with
Yeah.
itself.
Why
It's
it's not
it's because like wait. Um. Yeah. So we are moving it to the second table, right? So it's
yeah.
comparing to the everyone with the table one, and it's not in the table one as we moved it to table two.
Yeah, you are correct. Like what is happening here is like, uh, we are arranging all the cards in the table one, and first card we have picked our first card, let's say it's as x, and we are moving that card to table 2. Now we are again within that we are taking other while loop, we are saying that table 1 has more we are checking whether table 1 has more rows, so it has other 29 cards. That first card has already moved to table 2, so the first card is being compared with the other 29 cards, okay, not with the first card itself. Okay, in the let's say that iteration is completed, first card is compared with all the other 29 cards, and now the iteration has moved to again the first while loop, and second card is moved to table 2, and it's also comparing with the other 28 cards. Only 28, like 1 and 2 are moved to table 2, only the remaining 28 cards are there in the table 1. This is how the iteration is happening. Now is it clear for everyone, like every card is not compared with itself, but they are compared with the other cards, so that is how we are finding the pairs. Okay.
Yes, yes, ma'am, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone, is it clear? Like someone wants more explanation regarding this, please.
It's
I-
okay. Clear, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay,
It's
okay.
clear.
Don't, yeah, good. Don't hesitate to tell anything if you haven't understood. Okay. Mm, yeah, this is the correct answer. See, most of you have given correct answer. Yeah, the second question. Yeah, I think you people are so clever. Like everyone are giving the very correct answer. Yeah, like okay, most everyone has given the correct answer. Please, someone like except that Aviral and Kunwar others. Please tell why did you chose C as your answer? Like any one of you.
Shall I tell?
Yeah.
Okay, actually, in this code, the question is that if any of the marks of the first student is equal to any of the marks of the second student, means of the same subject. So in this, they have considered A physics and B physics, so it should be equal, or A chemistry and B chemistry should be equal, or A max and B max should be equal. Only then, if we return the value 1, it will get added in the count. But in case if it is not the same, then it has to return a value 0 so that it doesn't get incremented. The count doesn't get incremented.
Okay. Why did you choose or condition? You can tell like okay, like can you tell like a dot physics equal to b dot physics or a dot chemistry equal to b dot chemistry and a dot max equal to b dot max? Can you tell that? Like
Uh,
why we haven't doing that thing? Why we are
because
chosen or thing?
they have said that at least one subject. If it
Yeah,
was
what does at least one means?
at least one means at least for one of the subjects, the marks should be same,
So at least one means it can be one, or it can be two, or it
or
can be
can be three.
three.
Yeah.
Like if there are other subjects also, it can be true. Like, but
Yes.
must one must be satisfied.
One
The
is
same,
minimum.
yeah. One is the minimum condition to like to find the pairs of students like who with the same marks. Yeah, that's why we have chosen or condition. Yeah, if it is at most one subject, if the condition is the procedure do something is written such that the pseudocode computes the number of pairs of students with the same marks in at most one subject means what condition we can take at the time? Can we do such like that? Like is there
Yeah,
any
we can.
direct thing? Yeah, tell how can we do like that?
In that case, what we can do is like a you can do, like we'll have to do nested iteration. For example, if a physics is equal to b physics, then
Okay.
we have to give the and operation and give a chemistry not equal to b chemistry and a max not equal to b max. The same way, in another iteration, you have to give if a chemistry is equal to b chemistry and a physics not equal to b physics or a max not equal to b max. So like that, three iterations we'll have to give. Again, the same thing we did do for the max also. If a max equal to b max and a physics not equal to b physics or a chemistry not equal to b chemistry, then return one.
Like okay, but why to use or operator in between? Like you are telling like let's say a physics equal to b physics and a chemistry not equal to b chemistry, or you are telling a mathematics not equal to b mathematics, right? You are telling
Yeah, yeah.
why or in between
Because we said like at most, yeah,
one
no, no,
subject,
no.
no?
Yeah, at most one subject, right? Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, I think we can use and also between
Uh,
the this thing.
yeah, but why or you are using?
Because what I thought was like if one is the same for one subject, they have the same marks, and if for any of the other subjects, again, if they're getting as the same mark, then it won't give the result as one.
See, the condition is like at most one subject. At most means what? They should have
Yeah,
same marks in only one subject, right?
yeah, yeah.
They
So,
should
so only
not
and
have.
will come. Yeah, only
Yeah.
and will come.
Uh, yes. Only
Okay.
and we should use only and. Like A physics must be equal to B physics and other should not be equal.
Good.
Or either A chemistry must be equal to B chemistry and other should not be equal like physics. Yeah, that's how. But very good. Like you have explained it very properly.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am. I have a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
What is the major difference between B and C option? It's just that else is just given here, but the output will be same, right?
Yeah, see, if the procedure must return something, right? It should have some return value. If the condition is not satisfied in that B option, if our marks are not equal, our procedure is not returning anything for our function call. It should not be like that, right? The procedure must return something. So here condition, otherwise it's returning 0. The basic condition is like that. The procedure should return some should have some return value. That's why the B option is not correct. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. You are telling that there is some condition that if a function is called, it has to return something.
Yeah, in like basically, yeah, procedure must return something either according to our CT. Procedure should return something, should return some value. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, like you people are asking like very meaningful doubts also nowadays. Yeah. Please answer this question. Yes. Now also everyone has given correct answer. Someone please volunteer to explain that answer.
Hello, can I do it?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. So yeah, in this code, they are actually utilizing the technique of binning. They are actually like putting the values into containers, the all the 30 data set we have. it is putting into like containers, like 4 containers. In every container, like in the first container they are T1, they are putting from the date of birth of students of date of birth from January 1 to March 31, and in the second T2 they are putting it from the date of birth from April 1 to June 30, and so on. They are putting it into different containers to T1 to T4, and then after this they are saying count is equal to get count. This is the function get count of match of T1. So in the count, we are first we are first putting the value of T1. So the T1, the get count of matched of T1 will be the number of pairs of same date of birth of from the T1, which is like from January 1 to March 31 in the count. And then we are putting the values, we are adding the values of T2 to it to T1, and then we are adding T3 also, and then we are adding T4 also. So yeah, we are basically just adding all the students with the same date of birth, the number of students, and it will be a.
Yeah, very good. Correct explanation. Yeah, this is how first in this iteration we are bringing into different tables. We are moving the students from uh, January to March to table 1, and from April to June 30 students with those data within the date of birth we are moving to table 2, and from similarly we are moving to table 3 and table 4. And we it's already mentioned in the question that procedure get count of matched will return the number of pairs of students with the same date of birth. Yeah, as we are calling this method for this procedure for table 1, table 2, and table 3, totally it is calculating the number of pairs of students with the same date of birth from the entire data set. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think everyone has given the answer. And should I explain, or someone are willing to do this? Like, I'm asking you to do because it will be helpful to you and for others also. Yeah, like the people who haven't answered earlier, you can, someone like, someone from
Uh, in this procedure, the procedure given in the pseudocode calculates the number counts the number of vowels, and uh, and it contains the number of vowels. Then after that, in the if conditions, we are dividing them uh, into bins,
yeah.
uh, based on their vowel counts. Like vowel count is between 0 to 1, then it will be in T1, and 2 to 3, then it will be in uh, T2, and based like this.
Okay,
So
okay. Would you like to explain like what's happening in the procedure? Like, do something, what it is taking, and how,
uh,
what is happening in the, basically what is
the procedure is taking the word as the parameter, and iteration, it is comparing each letter of the word. If it is a vowel, then uh, count is uh,
incremented?
incremented by 1,
Yeah.
and it returns the number of vowels a letter has, uh, word has.
Okay, it will count. The count will be incremented if the word, if the letter of the word has vowels in that. Like, yeah. Okay, I will explain this once more. Yeah, good. Like, you have taken initiative to explain. Yeah. Now, basically, we are starting with this while loop. We are iterating through all the cards of our data set. But this is performed as this is performed on the words table. We are iterating the words data set, and we are taking each card and we are checking if 0 is less than do something is less of x is less, like we are checking whether the output of the do something of that word falls within 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 and something within this if condition. What we are doing in this procedure do something is it takes the word as argument, and we are starting with the we are starting our iterated with 1. Like as our as a, as the, like we have a word, let's say it was a Monday morning. In our example also, it, the letter count is 2. So the first word count, the first word, it has 2 letters in it. First letter is I and second letter is T. So to iterate through the word, to iterate through the words of words table, we are using while iterator, and to iterate through these letters, we are initializing I equal to 1, and we are incrementing I in every iteration, and we are checking whether this, whether we are checking that letter count, that the iterator I is within our letter count. So that is how we are iterating within the letters of a word, and we are checking every letter. If ith letter of y dot word is a vowel, like we are checking whether the letter of that word is a vowel, and if it is a vowel, then we are incrementing our count by 1. So this, so this procedure is returning the number of vowels in a word, right? And now what the options are given in the question, like bins the rows in the words table into 4 tables based on the letter count. No, we are binning based on the vowel count because it's returning vowel count now. So bins the rows in the words table into the 4 tables based on the vowel count of words, that is B, and bins the rows in the words table into 4 tables based on the letter count. No, because we are not using letter count at all. We are using the vowel count and bins the rows in the words table into 4 tables based on the letter count or the vowel count. So only the option B is correct because we are not considering
Yeah.
letter count. Yeah.
Yeah, and also I think it's just unnecessary to I mean it's we can use like in the code in the
Yeah.
code we can use like if else statements rather than everything is if, because if the first statement is correct, right, so we are also iterating to the second if statement, third if statement, and fourth it's if statement. So I think it's just unnecessary to iterate after if the first if statement is true, and we can use else if, so it doesn't proceed after it
So you are telling
rather
like,
than.
okay, you are telling like if zero first if after first if you will use else, and you will say if it is between 2 and 4, 2 and 3, you are saying move to
Yeah, else
while
if we
store.
can use else if. Yeah.
Okay, for every time you want to use else if.
Yeah, because if the first statement, let's say if the 0 to 1 is correct, right,
Yeah.
if yeah, if it goes to x moves to t1, right, then we don't need to check the second one and the third one and the fourth one also, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I was saying to use else if here.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct. So um, can you like would you like to share your notepad and like to show the condition how you wanted to write? Just
Oh yeah,
like,
sure.
yeah. No,
Let me just,
then
yeah, let me just save it. Yeah, wait, so I can just.
you need to use this no Zoom, right?
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, actually, can we use here the syntax exit loop, ma'am? Can we use exit loop over here?
Exit loop,
No, I don't think so,
has it introduced here exit loop?
No, ma'am. I'm
because
just
it will
asking.
just exit the while loop, I think, right? It will just exit the while loop, and other numbers will other like other other words will not be like be checked. Yeah.
No, actually, what I
uh,
mean is
yeah.
for one row of the table, if you find that it is between 0 to 1, we can exit from that loop,
Yeah,
right? We can't.
we can only
Chennai.
exit from the if loop. It's not a loop also.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, it's
Got it.
the if statement is not a loop. If it was a loop, we can exit from the break statement.
Okay, okay. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, exit loop is used to exit from that iteration. Actually, exit loop has introduced to you or not? My question is like,
Yeah,
is
ma'am.
it
In week 5, it's introduced. Yeah.
V5? Okay. Now
So
there
yeah,
is
I can share my screen if you want.
yeah, you can
All
definitely.
right.
Then I should stop sharing, right?
No, you can
Or
just
it
make
will,
me a co-host. Yeah, you can make me a co-host and stop sharing. Yep.
now you can't you share your screen now?
No, I can't because it's saying host has disabled attendee to share screen. So yeah, you can make me the co-host so I can share.
Okay, make participants up to entry. Make participants. Just I'm searching for an option like how to make you as host. Like
I think it must be near my name. If in the three dots, maybe I'm not sure.
no, it's not there. It's like your like audio button and video button were there here, but in the end it was saying ask all to unmute. It's not required now, and mute participants upon entry. Okay,
Wait,
allow participants to unmute themselves, allow participants to rename themselves, play sounds when someone joins, log the meeting. Just I'm searching for a way how to unmute you. Like previously someone has shared the screen, now it's not there or what? Yeah, I think, yeah, I will make you as a host.
Okay. Oh, I can share my screen now, I think.
Yeah, I have made you as co-host.
Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was just saying we can just make it an else if statement rather than just if.
Okay. First, what? Just let wait for some time. That screen. Sure. Okay. Now, first
Yeah.
you will check if zero less than do, or equal to do something of less than or
Yeah.
equal to one. Then
Yeah.
we are okay. If it's not the case, then it will check this else and
Yeah, it will tell else if. Yeah. If
um,
it's not true, then it will go to then it will go to this loop and this statement and check it. Otherwise,
okay.
if it's true, it will not check
See,
these all.
what my confusion is like.
Yeah.
This all other else are there, no, this first if is followed by this else, and for this
Yeah.
second else is followed by which second if, no?
Yeah. I didn't got it that this time. What
Okay,
did you said?
see, now
Yeah.
you are telling you are using, like, we have separate thing, no, we have else tab for every if, like, it's there is no requirement to have else for every if, but if we have, then there should be some if corresponding to that else, right?
Yeah.
So you are telling first else is for first if,
Yeah. Yeah.
but for
Like,
second,
what do you mean by first else is for first if? You mean this one?
yeah, that
Yeah.
you
It's like else, and in this else statement we are putting if. That's what you mean?
wait.
Mm.
Okay, you I understood like what you wrote, so I will
Yeah. Okay.
just stop your screen and I will use
All
notepad
right.
and
All right. All
okay,
right.
I
I'm
will
just
use,
stopping my screen. Yeah.
okay, yeah. Now I will share this wordpad and I will tell. See, now you have this if and some condition like zero less than or equal to do something something some do something less than or equal
Yes.
to some one. You have
Yes.
this, then okay, should be followed by this. Then you are saying like
Yeah. It will move to the.
okay, count equal to count one, count plus one, same thing. Now you are telling else where this if is coming for you, like where do you want keep
Inside
your
the else.
inside else, okay,
Yes.
okay, sorry for this. Okay, you will check some number like 2 less than or equal to do
Yeah.
something less than or equal to 3. Then you will check this thing, will say count equal to count plus 1. Now, and where do you want to use your else this time?
Outside this. Yeah.
outside?
Out. Yeah.
Here.
Not the this one, like the fully outside.
Here you want to give.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
Okay, what's just I will write here. Okay, you are telling like if this condition is satisfied, if the first if is satisfied, then
Yeah.
you will go not satisfied, then you will go to this else and you will
Yes.
check this if.
Yeah.
Okay, if it is satisfied, here that's itself. If it is not
Yeah.
satisfied,
Then it will go to, yeah, it will move to the next else statement.
yeah, but these all else also will be satisfied. This all anyhow, this second else also should be checked, right? See, even if the second if is
All
satisfied,
right.
yeah, this second
Yeah.
this else also should be checked in this case. So all this will again exist. So only for the first if it hasn't satisfied,
So you are telling me to like put this the third else to inside this else statement.
yeah, that so you understood that.
Yeah. Yeah. I understood.
Now, yeah, now it should be something like this. See,
Yeah.
now if this is not satisfied, then it will go and it will check here. Okay,
Yeah.
if it has satisfied, it stops there itself. It don't need to iterate through this else. If it is not satisfied, then only it will go through to the other else, right?
Yep.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
we
Yes.
keep this else outside, anyhow this all outer else also should be checked, no?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it's correct.
Yes. Okay, others, for others, is it clear or you want me to explain this what's happening here?
Excuse me, ma'am. Sorry to say, but I didn't get this method. The recent one, what you explained. I got the question. No issue with that.
Okay. Know that what Aviral was telling is like, so if we have something like if the x do something is returning value 0, then we no need to check all the other statements, right? So our in the actual procedure, in our actual question, we have if, and we are checking like we should check every if, even if it has satisfied the first if, we are checking all other if, right? In our question, in the while iteration, we have something like if 0 less than equal to do something, then also then we are incrementing count. In the other statements also we have if. So while iterating, we are checking every if condition. Like if some condition is satisfied, we are not coming out. We are again we are checking, even if the condition is satisfied, we are rechecking the other condition also. Is it clear or it's not clear, like what we are doing in our question?
Yes, ma'am. That's clear, ma'am. Thank you.
What uh, now what did I explain you, like
It's just that you in the question we have to check every if condition, and with this pseudocode, with the recent pseudocode, if the first condition is not satisfied, we can if the else is written for next others.
so if first condition is satisfied, then we will come out. Like if it is not satisfied only, then only we will execute this else
Yes,
blocks,
yes,
right? Yeah,
yes, yes,
that's what he was telling, like why to write this if like why to check the conditions again if some condition is satisfied. So he's telling like he's suggesting like to use else. So I'm asking like how to like how do you want to do this else? So that else, but you understood right now whatever here it's written in the
ma'am.
notepad.
After the second else, right? We have checked if DOS is greater than or equal to 0 or less than or equal to 1.
Mm.
After that we went to else. In that
Yeah, if it is
loop.
not satisfied, then we are
Yes,
executing this else. In the else, like, okay, now the first condition is like 0 and 1, between 0 and 1 interval is not satisfied, then we should
yes,
check 2 and 3. If 2 and
yes,
3 is satisfied, then we should exit out of the out, then we should not check anything. If it is not satisfied only, then we should check 4 and 5. That's what it's written. If we have written something like this here, then what happens? Here we will check 2 and 3. If 0 and 1 is not satisfied, we'll check 2 and 3. If 2 and 3 is not satisfied, if
this means that every condition will include a next condition. Is that this way, ma'am?
see, 2 and 3, now 2 and 3 condition is satisfied. If,
Yes,
let's say 2 and 3 even the 2 and 3 condition is satisfied, this else will be executed, because this is outside this if, no.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this else will be executed. If it is inside this, like,
Yes,
this if is for this else, this indicates that this, if this 2 and 3 is not satisfied, then we should execute this else blocks.
yes, yes,
If
yes,
we
yes,
write this in this way, if first condition is not satisfied, then we should execute all other else.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
because in the first step, like, you just check your indentation levels, like, if which if is not satisfied, which all else should be executed. Okay.
yes, yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, is it clear for you now, or still you have some
Yes,
confusion?
yes,
It's
yes. It's
okay,
clear,
it's
ma'am. It's
okay.
clear.
Okay, for others.
It's clear.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, like, you can like, whatever it's you think we can do better, you just tell, like, we will try together, like, is it correct or not? Okay, we will work together. Okay, like, it's not like that whatever given the question is the only way to do. We can do in other ways also, you can suggest the other ways as well. Okay. Yeah, and now you can go to your peer deck and you can answer the other question. Yeah, like you, all of you have given the correct answer. Like, yeah, please, someone can, anyone of you can explain this question. If not, I will explain. If no one is willing to do that. Yes, whoever, like,
Yes, may I, ma'am?
yeah, you can.
Yeah. Actually, in procedure is pair. That's why X count is the number of cards in which at least in one subject is more marks than the Y card, and Y count is number of cards in which at least one subject having more marks than X card.
Okay,
And if X count is greater than zero and Y count is greater than zero, then it returns one. Means it's pair. So in this way, option C is correct.
okay. Now this, yeah, thanks Kunwer for explaining. Now this, now the procedure is fair pair. Now it's taking two rows of our scores table, like two cards. We can say two cards of the scores table as parameters, and the variables x count and y count are initialized to 0. X count is incremented by 1 if the cards, if the x, like, we are naming the, we are taking our cards as x and y here in our this procedure. So if the x cards, any subject like either maths or physics or chemistry marks are greater than the other cards, if the one card, if the x card marks are greater than the y card's marks, then x count is incremented. If y card marks are greater than x card's mark, then y count is incremented. So
Yes.
finally we are checking like whether x count is greater than 0, like it can be 1 or 2 or 3, and y count must be also greater than 0, like y count can also be 1, 2 or 3, anything. Then we are returning 1. So 1 will be returned only if there, only if both x count is greater than 1 and y count is greater than 0 and y count is greater than 0. That is, like, x card should have some greater marks, and y card also should have some greater marks in
At
in the
least one
subjects,
subject.
at least one subject greater marks. So that's what happening here. So the first option, x and y is said to be a fair pair if and only if x has more marks than y in physics and y has more marks than x in maths. It's not the case, right? x it, it's not specifically physics or maths, it can be any subject, like,
Yes, yes.
yeah, because x count can be greater than 0 if it has greater marks in any subject. Yeah, and y count also similarly. And b, like option b is like x and y is said to be a fair pair if and only if x has more marks than y in mathematics and y has more marks than x. See, this is also they're talking about only specifically one subject. It's not like that, right? X and y is said to be a fair pair if and only if x has more marks than y in at least one subject and y has, yeah, they are talking like at least one, because we are saying greater than 0.
Yes.
The minimum
Yeah,
condition to be satisfy this condition is 1 x count must be 1 or and
or more.
y or more, and y count also 1 or more. So yeah, C option is correct. And D, like x and y is said to be fair pair if and only if only if X has more marks than Y in one subject and Y has more than X in one subject and both get same marks in one subject. It's not. See, after seeing these options, no, like we can easily eliminate other options because other options are irrelevant. They're talking about maths, physics, and some equal to. We are not talking about these cases at all here, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Now, well, this
Yeah,
is the correct answer. Yeah.
and also like in, also in this code,
Yeah.
I I think we can do like if it's yeah at first it's asking that if in the if statement it's saying if X physics marks is greater than Y marks, yeah, we should add X count to one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the second, statement, I think we don't need to check it again if it's if the X physics marks is lower than, because it will obviously be lower than if it's not true, right? So we can just use else y count is equal to y count plus one.
But it can be
Yeah.
same also, right?
What?
Yeah. It can be same also, right? He's telling like it can be same also.
Same marks.
Oh, right. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it can.
See, and we can also, I think we can also use this or condition. If X dot physics greater than Y dot physics, or X dot chemistry greater than
Yeah.
Y dot chemistry, or something X dot, then we are
Yeah,
incrementing
yeah,
X
yeah.
count.
Rather than all this, yeah.
Yeah. And you can write similar condition Y count for Y count, and you can check like if X count greater than 0 and Y count greater than 0, then we can return 1.
Yeah, we can do it
That,
in two if statements then.
yes, yeah, we can do it in two if statement if we write in that way. Yeah, like, yeah, there's also like you can think like how we can do this question much better. Like whatever you think you can do this in that way, you can tell here, right? You can discuss. It will be very good to hear from you guys, like how you are keeping, how like your understanding of those concepts. Yeah. Like whoever think like C is the correct option, and some of you has thought like D is the correct option, and some of you have thought like C and D both are correct options. Yeah, like The people who have think only C as correct option can tell why D is, why you haven't considered D as correct option, please. Someone, like anyone. The people who have chosen C, I'm asking like why do you think D has is not correct option? Like, okay, no one wants to tell. Okay, then I will tell like,
Ma'am,
yes, Gunvar.
uh, actually, in given procedure, we are counting the number of pairs uh, in which the word X and Y is there in a sentence.
Yes.
So, if Z dot word ends with a full stop, then we are incrementing count Y1,
If
and
Z did out word,
if
yeah.
Z dot word ends with a full stop
Mm,
and X count is greater than 0 and Y count is greater than 0,
yeah.
then we are incrementing count Y1.
Yes.
So, next sentence, we have to reinitialize X count and Y count to 0.
Yes. You are correct. Like after, like we should check. Uh, we should find the sentences which has both x and y. Like it can be
Yes.
1x or 1x 1y or 1x 2y or something like that. We should do like there should be at least 1x and 1y word in our sentence. That is the primary requirement. So for that we are initializing to check to check the x count, like number of x and number of y in a sentence, we are initializing x count and y count to 0, and to count the number of sentences we are initializing the variable count as 0. Now
Yes.
we are iterating through our words data set, and we are checking each word whether it is x or not, or whether it is x or whether it is if it is y. If it is x, we are incrementing x count. If it is y, we are incrementing y count. And we are like we should check this for sentence within the, like for every sentence there should be at least one. So the condition is like, uh, every sentences words should be checked, and after checking the x count and y count of every sentence, the variables of x count and y count should be reinitialized to 0. If not, if the previous sentence has one x count as 1, and in the current sentence we are counting the y count and x count again, the now x count will be 2 and y count will be 1 in this case. So it should not happen. For every sentence is a fresh sentence. Like for us, in within every sentence we should check x and y. So x count and y count should be reinitialized to 0 after every sentence. That's why we are not doing this in this pseudo, in this procedure. So the option D is correct. Like variable c count and y count should be reinitialized after end of each sentence. And the condition, what the condition we should check, like it should, the sentence must have at least one x and at least one y. So if x dot word ends with full stop, and if x count must be greater than 0 and y count also greater than 0, then we should increment our count. That count we are counting number of sentence with at least one x and at least one y. Yeah. Would you like to tell like where you want to place x count, where you do you want to reinitialize x count and y count?
Uh,
Yeah, like where are you willing to place the x count to 0 and y count to
After move Z to table 2.
uh,
After move Z to table 2.
see, okay, if you place after move z to table 2, what happens? It will check a word and it will see whether x count is 1, like whether x count, whether z dot word is x. If it is x, then x count will be incremented. If it is y, then y count will be incremented, and it will check if the word ends with full stop. If it is not, then the word will be moved to table 2, and you are saying x count equal to 0 and y count equal to 0. So what you are checking, what you are doing here is like after every word you are
Word,
reinitial,
yes, yes.
yeah, after every word you are reinitializing x count and y count to 0. Now now do you think it's correct? No, right?
No, no, no. It's
Now you
wrong actually.
yeah, now do you, now where would you like to place this x count and
After
y?
return count. After return count. It's true. It's right. Oh, no. Before return count and after this while loop is closing actually.
See, you want to place after return, before return count and before closing that while loop. So
Yes,
essentially after this bracket you are saying.
yes,
So
yes.
what happens here is like when this iteration will stop after like all cards, like all our cards in the words data set have finished, then this iteration stops. Then you are telling x count equal to 0 and y count. See, we can have a sentence after three or four words, right? One sentences can have three or four words, but you are not making x count equal to 0 and y count equal to 0 after sentence. You are telling after this completion of this words data set you are reinitializing x count to and y count to 0. Then it's no use, right? If you do that, you understood this case, Kunwar, what you told?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Because means row one is empty.
Now our table is empty completely, because
Yes.
if we are coming out of that while loop, then our table one is empty. Then that means we don't have any scores that many words, cards to iterate.
To
So
set. Yes.
now do you think, where do you think, where want you place, do you want to place that x count and y count to 0?
After count equals to count plus one.
So you want to place after count equal to count plus 1. So now what will you do is you will take a sentence, you will take the word and you will check if it is ending with full stop. You will check whether x count greater than 0 or y count greater than 0. Like if it is correct case, then if x count greater than 0 and y count greater than 0, we are saying count equal to count plus 1, and then you are initializing within that. If it has not satisfied the condition but still it's end of sentence, right?
Mm.
See, you are at the end of sentence, but you are saying you will reinitialize x count and y count to 0 only if it has satisfied the condition. But it's not like that, right? We should
Oh.
reinitialize.
Mm.
Can we initialize it while starting every loop, like in the very next to while?
Very next to while
Yes, ma'am.
means where do you think, where do you want, like tell.
Uh, Above the line, read the first row Z in the table one.
That's what you are doing. You are telling, you are taking a card. Like every time you will take a card, for every card you will say, for every word you are telling x count equal to 0 and y count equal to 0. That's not how we want it. We want at the end of sentence, after coming to the end of sentence, we want that to happen.
If we place there, after end of the sentence, it gets the changed, right?
Where
Because, Uh, mm, after the count is equals to count plus one, first
mm,
iteration is over, right,
see,
ma'am?
you will say after count equal to count plus 1, like you will at the end, if x dot word ends with full stop, then you are checking if if x count greater than 0 or y count greater than 0, and you will say count equal to count plus 1. Then
Yes.
you are saying x count equal to 0 and y count equal to 0. See, if the word has, if that x count and y count has not satisfied the condition, if the sentence has not satisfied that condition, then we are not reinitializing them to 0, right? There are some sentences without x count greater than 0 and y count greater than 0. Like there might be sentence without x and without y. In that case, you are not reinitializing them to 0. You are just reinitializing if the condition, if the sentence has x count and y count greater than 0 in that. Have you understood whatever I
Yes,
spoke?
yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So now where do you want to reinitialize them to 0? Like anyone can volunteer and can tell like
After the
where.
last if,
So you tell explicitly, like you mentioned, like where specifically.
means
Uh,
that if x count is greater than 0 or y count is greater than 0,
Mm.
then we give the condition that count is equal to count plus 1. Then after we close the if statement, means after the closing bracket, then we give the initialization.
Yeah, you are correct. Yes, like you will check first whether the word ends with full stop. That is the end of sentence we have reached, and we'll check x count and y count. If it's greater than, if it satisfied this condition, then we increment the count. That means we are counting that sentences, even though if it has not satisfied the condition, and if the word ends, if the word is at the end of the sentence, if then we are reinitializing them to 0. Like if we place within that if z dot word ends with full stop but outside this if condition, in that case, like after every sentence, even if it has not satisfied the condition, we are making x count and y count to 0. It's, you are correct, Abhishek.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
is it clear? Yeah, is it clear for everyone, like why we do that thing?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, now I think I'm done with this. If you want, have you can ask any questions, like apart from the assignment deadline. Like now, week 5 submission has complete. Week 3 has completed, right? Week 4 is there, no?
Yeah, week
Yes,
4
ma'am.
is
Week
like
3 is
tomorrow.
complete.
The deadline is tomorrow for week 4.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I think I have not presented like practice assignment. Few of the practice assignment questions. Would you like to go through those questions and like if you have some doubt in that questions, if you can ask. Like I haven't written every, like presented every question from that practice assignment 4. You can, once you can go through the questions and you can ask like if something is not clear. And also you can ask like whatever from week 1 to 4 apart from week 4 graded assignment questions. Still 30 more minutes are there, no?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask that has everyone like completed the compatibility test for the like quiz?
Yeah, a few maths and stats some exams have finished, no? Like mock exams have taken, and I think exam is also, I don't know, I'm not sure, but mock has finished. Definitely I can say mock has finished.
Yes, yes.
Finished.
But I didn't join that one, I think. So yeah, I
Okay.
was just looking for like.
Anyone here here?
Yes, ma'am. I have completed it.
Okay, how is that the test? Is it okay, or do you think like in person when coming to centers and writing is better, or taking from your system itself is better?
Due to this COVID crisis, that's the only option left.
Yeah, that's
So
only option.
yes, that is a very good thing. What I can say, because yeah, I'm also doing a parallel degree of BTech in Hubli, Karnataka. But
Okay.
in our college, it's just a webcam one. So we just have to open one webcam and in laptop, and the questions will be there. But in IITM, this is a different approach, that even we are able to, even the procurator is able to see the paper writing, and even us. So cheating will be less, as much as I know.
Mm.
It's good. But
Yeah, are you able to open other tabs? No, right?
in mock test we were able to, ma'am, as we had to submit Google forms also. So we were able to open it.
But in the final exam, you haven't checked.
No, ma'am, not yet.
Yeah, yeah, but
When will
because
be the final exam? I think it's in the first week or what?
5th or 6th June.
yeah,
Okay.
5th or 6th June, something like that. Only max and stats definitely will happen. This 5th and 6th June, CT will also happen. If not, might be like in this week or in the next week. Definitely, CT will happen. Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am. I have one more doubt. Like we had been informed that whatever we write in our rough sheets, like we solve, so
Okay.
those also will be considered for evaluation. Now, for CT, how will the evaluation be done? Because this is more like a logical thinking, right?
Yeah. For CT, yeah. Now you haven't got any guidelines, or anything regarding CT, right? Yeah, if something like that is there, then we will inform you. Definitely will take your question and will regarding this, and will discuss like regarding how CD will be evaluated. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, because as maths and other subjects may have some calculations, so
Hmm.
those will be written on the paper. They can be evaluated. But
Yeah.
subjects like English or CT, so they are just mental work. So just ask me.
Yeah, definitely will take this, will consider this, and will discuss. Yeah. CT, like, yeah, there are people like who can do without any rough work also, right? We don't require much rough work also to do in CT, right? For
Yes,
first
that's
4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because this question arised. To be honest, I didn't use any rough work today for this. Some questions what you gave in the classroom.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's what. No, CT for first 4 weeks doesn't require, for most of the questions doesn't require any rough work, but for few questions it might require.
yes, that's what, ma'am.
Mm, yeah.
Actually, during the mock exam, some of the students had some issue of not able to see the questions.
Huh. Really? You did? Are you able to see the questions, Abhishek?
No, actually, I had that issue. Means all the other members of the group were able to see the questions, but the questions were not loading for me.
Because I think because of your internet might be
No, because I had also talked to one another one sir, means not the proctor, someone like at a higher level or
operational
something.
thing.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so. So he asked me to change the network. So I changed the network from Wi-Fi to the mobile connection, but still the issue persisted. I even tried changing a browser from Chrome to Firefox or some, yeah, to Firefox, but still the same issue was there. Later, he told me that there were many other students also who were facing the same issue.
Okay. Okay.
Did you log
Then
in from the college mail ID?
Yeah, I had logged in from the college mail ID itself.
is it like, are you unable to take the mock? Then the questions aren't like visible to you entirely, or did they appear later?
No, actually, throughout the exam, the questions did not appear. It was just in that loading kind of a page. Means like
Oh,
everything else is there except the questions. Even the calculator button was working, but the
uh,
questions were not visible.
acha. Then what did they tell? Like, will you take quiz when or not? No.
I definitely want to. So what the sir has told me is that it will be rectified by the time the qualifier exam is
Yeah,
conducted.
yeah, it should be rectified. If not, then it will be a problem, right?
Yeah, I think that's the reason why they were asking all the students to definitely attend the compatibility
Yeah,
test.
mock you should attend, so that we will also come to know like what problems we will face if we conduct the real exams, like whether this question paper, this calculator button, everything,
Yeah,
like
I think they are
options.
making it mandatory to attend this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that this options and everything will work or not, like different people will face different problems, right? So if everyone takes, then they can note all the problems and they can correct them, like whatever, like maximum problems. Yeah, if people having to mock, then it will be tougher, like in the later cases, in the directly in the exam they will face some difficulties which are not solved earlier. So yeah.
So, like, are the questions set for the qualifier or yet to put?
Which that questions,
Hmm.
we have already made questions from our part, but the thing is like how to like with minimal cheating, how we can achieve like this, how we can do, how we can set the question papers and will do something with minimal cheating. We are thinking like what kind of things we should do to do that. So for that somewhat we got delayed. If not, the question papers are ready by the time only, like previously it was planned on some May 30 or something, no, that day only, by that day or itself, like question papers are ready.
But in CT, I don't think anything else can be done other than video surveillance.
Yeah, that's what we are thinking, but there might be some people who still, they can, if they want to cheat, they will find other ways also, right? Even if we are watching. Yeah, that's what, to even to avoid those kind of things also, we are like we don't want to give take exams without without checking from our side properly, like without this all these precautions, like without taking all these precautions. So that's why even if it's late, want to do it properly, like without like exam, like an previous exam. So but we'll do by next week probably,
Oh,
mostly, but without any delay, either this week or next week, but not later. Will be mostly within this 2 weeks only.
okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yes, Kunwar.
actually, due to internet connectivity issues, I could not join actually. So,
Okay.
would you please tell me where we should add the reinitialization of accounts and Y count?
See, we should reinitialize them to zero. Like if the word ends with full stop, then we should definitely reinitialize them to zero. But we should do reinitialization after checking the conditions, because if the word ends with the full stop, after checking, if the word ends with full stop, if we are directly making x count and y count to zero, then we can't check the condition because they will be zero.
Yes.
So after checking the condition, after coming out of that condition if block, then at the end of sentence we should reinitialize them to zero. Is it clear for you, Kunwar, now, or
Okay. Okay.
should I write and tell you where to reinitialize them to zero on the
Uh,
notepad or something?
if you write, then it will be much better actually.
Okay, definitely I will write that.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, this is how we want to do. Because if we do here, right, if we do within the condition, within x count greater than 0 and y count greater than 0, then then we are not doing at the end of every sentence. We are doing only this for the sentence whose x count, only the sentence which has at least one x and one y. So if we do before this condition, like if we initialize here reinitialize here, then we are reinitializing them to 0 without checking that, without
Condition.
checking this condition. So like we, then we won't count any sentence at that time, even if it has x and y in that. So if we should do at the end of sentence but after checking the condition. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, it's okay. Who is CS1001? Like you can tell, like who, like what's your name or something, like you can interact. Like I have never seen you speaking. Please, once will you like to speak something? CS1001. Yeah, you can check this practice assignment questions on the portal, and you can, or anything, like whatever doubts you have, you can ask here from week 1 to 3 and 4. This session is like,
Yes.
yeah. See, I haven't put that practice assignment third question. Once you would you people like to go through that question, and you can uh, like if you want some explanation, then we can discuss here. Third
Which
question,
question, ma'am?
week 4 practice assignment, the third question. Then I okay, then I can share my screen also if this. Like, would you like to give answers where the errors? Where do you think the errors are? Anyone of you?
Line 14,
Line 14. Okay.
because they have used the or statement, but
Yes.
you are actually supposed to use and.
Yes. Only line 14.
No, no, there are more. I'm just going
And
through.
Okay.
11 also, man.
Yes. 11
Line
also.
11.
Yeah, you 11 also. What will be the correct statement? Like,
Ma'am, move all rows from table 3 to table 1
yeah.
instead of table 2.
Yes. Let's check this answers. 11 and 14. And I have put this question also, right? This question also. Fifth, sixth, I think I haven't kept.
Yes.
Yeah, in question 5, what we are doing, we are separating that according to the date of birth, not date of birth, according to this vowel counts, we are separating them into table 1, table 2, table 3, and table 4. Table 1 has 0 and 1, table 2, 2 and 3, table 3 has 4 and 5 as vowel count, and table 4 has greater than 6. So,
Greater than 5.
uh, uh, greater than 6 is last table 4, greater than or equal to 6, 4 and 5 in table 3. Yeah. Yeah, what do you think is the correct answer? Like, everyone has done this computing or not?
Question number 6, ma'am.
Question number 6.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, you have completed like others also. Like, shall we discuss on this question or should we wait for some more time? should we discuss?
Yeah, we can discuss.
Yeah, like, yes. What do you think is the correct answer now?
Uh, I
Yes,
think it's B, second one.
it's the same letter count as well
Yes,
as vowel count.
yeah, as well as vowel count.
Yeah, this, like,
Yes,
what do you think will be the
yes, ma'am.
answer? Yes, okay, Kunwar is also yes, agree. Yeah, previously we are checking the vowel count in the procedure do something of
Yes.
every word, and we are returning that count, and we have the similar words with the similar vowel count in the same table. So now we are calling the do they match that procedure for the words of the same table, like table 1, table 2, table 2, table, that thing we are doing. So now what we are checking in that do they match procedure is like, we are checking whether the letter count of the both the words are same, and also do something that is the vowel count of both of them are same, then we are returning 1. If not, then we are returning 0. That is, we are checking the vowel count and letter count. If they are same, then only we are returning. That will be, yeah, the answer is the same, right? Yeah, now this was seventh question also done. Like, is there something do you want to discuss here regarding anything here? Here, without taking the iteration, generally we will do iterations, right? Now they're calling procedure every time, and for every table the iteration is done here. Get count of match procedure is called for every table, and the iteration is happening for every table here. So the count is counting the number of words with the same letter count and same. So the count is counting the same letter count and oval count of different tables, right? It's not only the
Yes.
table of table 1 or table 2, it's counting the words from different tables, right? So is it clear or not for you guys? Like,
Ma'am, here is a saying let X and Y be two rows from the sports table.
what?
Question number 7, na ma'am?
7.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
in the question, let X and Y be two rows from the sports table.
Yeah, two rows means two cards. Now if we see the scores table, right? In the scores table, like every card's information is put as one row in the scores table.
Okay.
Similarly, here library table is not given here. I think in the library table also, like in every table, like each row represents each card's information. Yeah, now we are done with this week, this practice assignment questions also. Previously we
Yeah.
have solved. Yeah, tell.
I
You are not audible. Is it only for me or for everyone?
Agree, ma'am.
Yes, not audible.
Hello.
Yes, Aviral.
Yeah, I was saying that I of CT on my calendar.
You are unable to see the schedule of meetings, huh?
Next, yeah. Yes.
Yeah, actually, Friday and Saturday and Sunday we will have sessions usually, right?
Oh
Every
yeah.
Friday, yeah, every Friday activity will be there. On Saturday, open will be there, and on Sunday, solve with us will be there, right?
Okay.
Yeah, the timings. Actually, I think calendar is not updated, but
Yeah,
this
yeah.
that's usually happens. But previously we don't have session on Sunday because of that mock. We don't have session previously.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. If you still have any doubts, you can ask. Now time is already 5. Yeah, you people are now like are really answering very good and answering like asking very good questions, and you also like putting your thoughts like how can we do the pseudocodes better. It's really very good to hear from you guys and very good initiative also. Like yeah, now
Okay, thank you,
I
ma'am,
think
for the session.
yeah, and like only few people has joined, but I don't know about others, but whoever has joined are very really good. Like yeah, you people are I now what I have understood, like you people are getting something out of the city, like it's not like really new for you, like you putting your efforts to understand also this. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining this session.
Thank
Let's
you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
yeah.